Learn how to turn your photos from dull and boring to bright and entertaining with this simple Lightroom tutorial. You can download the Lightroom app from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. I'll add a link in the description below. I actually prepared an album with 3 photos that I'm going to be editing to show you guys exactly how I use Lightroom. So there's first of all this photo that I have posted on my Instagram, but this is not how it looks, right? So I'm going to edit it to show you guys exactly how that's done. So first of all, I like to press the auto button to sometimes just see what Lightroom will give me. This doesn't really look the way I want it to look, but when you hold down on the screen on the photo, it shows you what it looks like before and what it looks like after it's edited. So the very first thing I like to do is to go into light, and I will first of all turn up the shadows just to brighten the photo. And then I will sometimes play with the highlights if I want to make the tones in the photo look more intense. Yeah, I'm going to turn up the shadows some more. You can also turn up the whites to make the photo brighter as well. And then I'll go to colors. Turn up the vibrance so that the picture looks more punchy. You see? It looks a lot more saturated right now. It's a lot brighter. If we hold down on the screen, we'll see what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. So you basically turn up the vibrance, and if you want to go in there and turn up any specific colors or turn down any specific colors, then you can do that. So if I wanted to turn on the blue on the wall in the background, I could go on this color and just turn down the saturation, go on the blue, turn down the saturation, and you can see that the blue has died out, but I don't want to kill the blue, so I'm going to keep it right there. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll actually see the scales that come up to say how much you have turned up or down that item. If I wanted to turn up the orange on my skin, I could just move that there. I'm certainly not going to turn it up too bright. I feel like this just gives the picture so much more oomph. Yes, because let's face it, sometimes you take a picture and it just don't look the way how you want it to look. This is why I edit my photos, because I have a certain aesthetic and theme that I go for on my Instagram. So I edit my photos, and you can turn up the texture as well. You can also turn up the sharpness if you wanna, to make the picture look sharper. I like how sharp this looks. So we just took this photo from this to that, and I like it. Another trick is, if you've ever seen people with some cool ass looking photos where the green is turned down, we're going to turn down the green now. So you basically go into colors, then you click the little mix up there in the top right hand corner, and then you turn down the saturation for the green. If you look in the background, you'll notice that the green is actually the green on the trees that's going down, and also the green on my strap. Yeah, so if that's the kind of aesthetic you're going for, then you can always do that. Because what will happen a lot of times when you turn up the vibrance or the colors is that certain colors that you don't necessarily want to be turned up will be turned up. So you can go into that color mix thing and turn down the colors that you don't want to see there. So now we're going to go to the next photo. This one. This is one of my favorite photos. So of course I'll press auto to see what Lightroom will give me. And that's actually pretty good so far. So if I hold it down, that's what it looks like before, that's what it looks like now after I've pressed auto. So the shadows are gone way up, the whites are gone down, the blacks are gone down. I am going to actually play around with the colors now. So first I'm going to turn up the vibrance, put that to 55, and then I'm going to go into colors, and I actually don't have any specific colors I want to punch in this one, but I just want to show you guys what you can do. We're going to turn down the greens again because the greens are pretty bright in this picture. So when you turn down the greens, that's what you get, but you realize there's still a lot of green there. So we can go on yellow, turn down a bit of the yellow, and that tones down the picture even more. So if I was trying to go for this kind of look and feel, then that's what I would do. If I was trying to turn down the blues, then I would use this dial. You can see that actually gives the photo a black and white look. And then if I want to punch up the purple, I can punch it up with that. And then a little bit of pink. Now, I actually like how this looks, but I like blue, so this is not a picture I would post, but I just want to show you guys how exactly I get that done. And let's go to the last photo, which is this one. This is a photo I used for a YouTube cover, and I'm first of all going to crop it to make it into the size I want it to be. When you go into custom here, you get a bunch of different aspect ratios. So if I want 16:9, I can choose 16:9, which I think this is actually 16:9 already. But if I want, let's say for example 4:3, this is what I will get. If I want 1:1, that's what I'll get. If I want 7:5, that's what I'll get. But we're going to work with 1:1 for now, which is a square. And I am gonna click yes. But wait, let's look at some stuff first. If I want to flip this photo to the other side, I can use this little button here to do that. But I don't need to do that. If I needed to rotate this photo and have it being upside down instead, then that's how I would achieve that. And then I'd go back here to turn it back the other way. If I wanted to quote unquote straighten this photo, even though it's already straight, then I would just use that dial down there by the bottom. Click save, and then I'll go to the look I want to achieve for this photo is to turn down the green in the background and then turn up the blue, turning it up all the way. I'd also turn up the orange a bit. And then I realized there's a lot of yellow in this photo, so I'll turn down the yellow as well. And that gives me a nice gray background, just making me the focus of the picture. And that's exactly what I want. So there are a few more things I can do with this photo. I can turn up the effects to make it look bolder, turn up the texture in the effects, I should say. And then I can I can sharpen it if I want to. But as you can see, the sharpening kind of makes it look not so great. So I'm just going to turn that back down. Yeah, that's it. So basically when you're done editing all your photos, you'll just press and hold and select all the ones you want. Then you'll come down to the bottom here, select share, and then export to camera roll. You can export them straight to your phone. It only takes a few seconds, I would say, or a moment. I certainly enjoyed reviewing this app. This is one of my favorite apps. I have many photos in here. Let's go through settings for a bit. In the settings, you can check out all of this stuff. You can check to see what storage is being used up. You can also choose to have all your photos be added by default from your camera roll to your Lightroom. You don't have to import anything. So as soon as you take a picture, it will be backed up in your Lightroom. And the beautiful thing about that is that even if you delete it from your phone, you will still have it in your Lightroom. So Lightroom can serve as a nice cloud storage. Follow me on Instagram to see all my photos and videos and to keep up with the content that I create for you guys to help you live a high vibrational life. I have more app reviews coming in the upcoming weeks. So if you haven't already, then you should watch this video about the 7 apps for content creators. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. I'll see you next week.